Hello and welcome to another video. So today we got Unlimited Bat Blood. This is a very weird variant of Bat Blood. I'm not really sure what the person who designed this deck was actually going for, but I wanted to give it a go because it just piqued my interest and I haven't played any kind of Bat variant for quite a while. Would I recommend this deck at all to anyone? Probably not, but I really just wanted to give it a go and show it off. Like I said in the last video, we're going to be showing off some weird and different decks just because I want to try something different. I've covered most of the meta decks that I can at the moment, so we're just kind of filling in time until we can kind of find some new meta decks or new decks that I can have cards for and do videos on. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this and we'll get right into it. So normally the idea of these sort of decks, especially Bat Blood decks, are to be as aggressive as possible and hit face as fast as possible. And that means playing things on curve as much as you can and trying to avoid holding too many cards. And always throwing away anything of high cost to try and go for a lower curve. The problem with this deck at the current meta is that you just don't do well with it. It's one of those more awkward decks to run. I may actually do a variation on Bat Blood again that's one of my full aggro builds and probably just mess around with a couple of the new cards in the deck. I think that would be a good idea for a video and hopefully you guys would enjoy that. We might do that in a few days' time. Because I do enjoy playing Bat Blood, but it is highly aggressive and it's got a very 50-50 win-loss sort of ratio, as it can be crushed very, very early on, but at the same time it can absolutely crush very early on, so it's one of those kind of decks that really will lose out on 6 if you're not careful. This one though is kind of mid-range-ish, at least that's what it feels like when you play it. You want to be super aggressive, but at the same time you've got enough to sustain you in the mid game. By the time you get to the late game though, you will be lacking. So they played a 6-5, not much I can do against that other than fill my board up, get a little bit of ping damage in with Vania. I can't actually kill the 6-5 without losing too much value from my other cards, which is a little disappointing, as losing too much value is really bad for a deck like this. There's the Dragoon Scyther. It's going to pick up the clear pretty easily. They're not going to leave much available on my board, which is a little disappointing. But we should do pretty reasonably. I mean, our drops aren't bad. It's just going to be a little awkward. So we're going to set up the Razory, throw out the Evil Eye Demon, clear this out, and go face as much as we can and hope that they don't have 1 damage. Oh, sorry, no, we pick up the clear. Because betting on 1 damage isn't a good idea. I've played a fair few games since I played this one, so remembering the exact turns, not always the easiest thing to do. Orb Dragon. Kind of lucky I didn't go for the play, otherwise that could have been dangerous. But at least we're set up now for Demonic Officer to clear this up, get us 4 damage to the face, and put us on our way to victory. Lightning Blast is going to take up most of this turn for them, which is really good for us. And Razory, perfect top deck to finish this game off. Blood Queen Vania, Razory to face is going to give us victory. I find that's a popular combo for me to win games with. And it worked out quite well. And for our next matchup, we have Blood versus Shadow. This one's a little more interesting because Shadow is actually super popular, so using this janky Blood deck against Shadow should be quite interesting. Now, opponents threw everything away. I decided to hold on to everything as I've got a pretty decent low curve. It's just going to be a matter of what I can play. And Bulla's looking like our turn 1. I actually really like Bulla, probably one of my favorite cards, just because its artwork is absolutely amazing. I probably should have equipped my Bulla sleeves. I do actually have those from, I think, Score Awards, which was great. So again, going for the aggressive curve, definitely the play you want to make. Kind of glad they got rid of that. Not that it would have hurt too bad, but with Shadow you've also got to play a little defensively, which is always a nightmare because if you leave up too much, they're going to get massive value out of it, and you really don't want that. So it looks like I don't really have any play outside of Belf. Belf is actually fairly decent, putting us at 10 and giving us the draw power that we're probably going to need. And doing it this early means Shadow can't take full advantage of it. They're going to get a little bit in with this 1-2, which will probably be evoed into a 3-4, but outside of that, they're not really going to get a super large amount of value in this hand. Which should leave us a fairly free time to just kind of go for what we want with Vania here. This should get us a decent amount of pings, filling our board up. Although it leaves us open to 5 damage next turn. So it's definitely a risk, but it's one that I'm willing to take. Haunted House. Normally that would scare me, but in this situation, not really. They are doing a lot of trading. That's very, very positive. Oh, Soul Conversion. See, that one hurt. Being able to clear my 4-4 super effectively, that kind of hurts my feelings just a little bit. So we're down to 3 health, not a good position to be in, but our Vania is going to be able to heal us back up. This is where I don't mind using Kind Queen Vania. I don't use her a lot, but when I do, it's usually in situations like this where I really don't have any other out at this point. And when literally a ghost with an Evo could kill me, definitely not a situation I want to be left in. Lady Grey Deathweaver, my favorite card. Not really, but yeah. Definitely overstated, I feel. I feel like that should probably like retain its kind of Evo stats, or at least drop it down by half. Give it just +1/+1 instead. Might be a little more fair, but we'll see. Things are looking promising. I mean, we've got lethal in hand. We just need to get there without dying, and Atomy's a okay start, I guess. Gremory, so that should be it. We should win now. Definitely close. If we had have left one more turn, we would have been in trouble, but this is going to work out just fine for us. So 2, 2, and 3 makes 7 for an exact, or little over exact lethal. So if you guys did enjoy this video, like I said, this deck is pretty janky. It took a while to actually win some games with it, which is a little disappointing, as it would have liked it to be a little more consistent. I definitely want to take a look at a aggro bat list that's actually going to be fairly decent and hopefully reasonably inexpensive with very few legendaries, but keep an eye out for that in the next few days, as I think that'll be a lot of fun. So till next time, see ya.